Alright, so we give it another go. Hellhorned Awoken. This is the combination that I have the most trouble with, or at least I did pre-beta. We also have what can be a difficult Seraph for Hellhorned. I will say our starting deck is pretty good, though. Like, I have Sharpen, Vent, and Tiresome Climb. All of these are cards that I reasonably might pick if they were offered to me. Cleansing Water is like something that like you very rarely get to see how good it is, but it does a lot of work secretly. I can either take the Rage, like take Collection of Tails and try to do a Rage Champ, which I may or may not be offered, or I can just take the safe pick, which is Cleansing Water. I have very little success trying to make Hornbreaker Prones a front unit, like the Wrathful makes it want to do. Its HP is just like relatively anemic at each stage of the game, so you need armor, like some other armor card to support it, but it's like very good if you can make it work. Alright, let's try it. Ah! I don't know, the spikes that I had to start with from Sharpen would have made the yikes. Can I fight through this with restores? I have 2 vents. Let's try it. Or we can not draw a train steward on one. Okay. Awkward. So awkward. We needed the train steward in order to get to 30 power in order to kill this and get the slay trigger. So this is now going here with Sharpen. What's a train steward and why would I need one? Please advise. Talk about just like drawing all of my cards in an incredibly awkward order. 29 of 30. And I don't get a restore next turn, so I have to restore this so I regen 1 health, go to 4, so I don't die when I hit that. What are these numbers? Here? In case I draw another one, which I will. That gets that to 6 health, meaning that the champion gets to do about 100. It's 107. What's another restore here do? Puts you back to 8, you take 5, down to 3, you restore 1, nope. Restore here, also nope. It's okay, all I need to do is 1 more damage and then we only take 5 higher damage this fight. Alright, I consider that a very good first fight. I think it's too early for Hidden Passage with this deck as of right now. Take a Welder Helper. I have an Awoken tank next floor? I do have an Awoken tank next floor, which makes Restoration Detonation potentially okay. If I miss on a tank and I'm just offered like mono sweep units, this pick is terrible. Endless plus 25 spikes. Can we have Thorned Hollow? Mom, we have Thorned Hollow at home. Probably going right next floor, which means that I should probably just remove Train Stewards here. I mean, Endless Welder Helper is interesting. I have vents for this. So let's miss on vent and take a billion, shall we? There we go. Take 15 this turn, go to 25. Take 12 next turn. Hope to draw a Restoration Detonation. Yeah. Just like awkward that I can't. I could Welder Helper Hornbreaker Prince floor 2. I just need to draw a torch to kill this the following turn. That's okay. What if it's like Prince in front, then Welder Helper, then Train Steward in front beyond that? Not guaranteed to draw a torch next turn. I'm going to play 3 units on this floor. The question is, like, what is my order? I think I just put the Welder Helper in front and don't get cute with it. Vent! Sure aren't getting Slay triggers. That's probably okay. Alright, there's the vent. Alright. Fine to good fight, I'd say. Another one for the Thorned Hollow? I think so. I think I want to look at more units and the artifact here rather than go to a Merchant of Magic. Dazed is pretty sick on floor 1 if I put my champion there. I think that's better than 7 energy on turn 1. I just treat this as a 40 HP tank that sometimes gets more HP due to Restoration Detonation. Gifts for a guard would be, like, disgusting. Talk about 3 cards. I would take all 3 of these. Like, +5 magic power, so that my torches and restoration detonations, like, add up over time. It's very good. Harness the Titan works really well if you have a lot of card draw and a lot of reduced cost cards. Otherwise, it's quite bad. I think it's between Siren Song and Gifts for a Guard here. I think I like Gifts for a Guard. Like, the draw 3 stapled to making my torches and restores into better cards is pretty good. Alright, I think as long as I scale this fight, it's pretty easy for me to win this one. Yeah, 3 of these units were dazed. Oh, small floor when I drew Thorned Hollow. Ah. Yikes. Bottom floor being small floor for this fight is extremely bad. I lose out on most of the advantages I just had. Now I'm playing a Thorn Hollow on floor 1 where the enemies are dazed and not attacking into it. And I don't get to, like, Restoration Detonation or anything. And then I'm playing a naked Hornbreaker Prince on floor 3. Otherwise, I set up both of these on floor 2 and Tireless climb the bomb up and don't get to sharpen. I do not like it. No healing cards. I have a vent to take out this floor, it looks like. Then, like, that's happening. That's happening. This is happening. I really need a restoration detonation or some restores ASAP. Cool. Why did we put the imp in front of the spikes unit? Well, I was presuming that double barrel things were going to come down and explode, and I wanted to protect the life on this thing for a little while. But then this got dazed. This will look smart next turn, don't worry. Now we've protected a lot of HP on this thing. Oh, no, you are dying. That's a very bad turn to draw Gifts for a Guard. Kind of need to play Restoration Detonation to keep heals up. But I'm pretty likely to draw some Restores. Maybe I do it anyway. Like, this being small floor, so, like, the Rage Imp is not doing great things is also a bit of an issue. I have a good turn that doesn't involve for the gifts for the guard, so I should probably just play that good turn. This time around, we'll do it in this direction. You haven't scaled, and you're dealing 4 to the pyre. Are we at least getting 1 kill here? Okay, we are at least getting 1 kill here. Here? Not a great turn. Tiresome Climb? Or Rage Imp? Tiresome Climb is 40 damage. So I can deal 42 to you, which means you hit the pyre for 18. Yeah, Tiresome Climb works on bosses. It just results in the death of this unit. Does Fledgling Imp deal more than 42? So for each iteration, it adds 6. So the first turn it attacks for 7. It might be that Train Steward plus Fledgling Imp is better. I think that gets a kill. I mean, it's 57 versus the 40, so this was better. Saved ourselves 9 pyre health for catching that. Adaptive Mutation on a Thornhallow or Awoken one is interesting in some situations, but I think we need their tankiness right now. I don't have room for the Shard Channeler, assuming the champion goes behind Thornhallow in a non-zero number of fights. But the Rage not decaying with an X spell is okay. Maybe we find a way to get a stupid amount of Ember. Yeah, Adaptive Mutation is great if I find the Rage source, but it's like basically unplayable right now, and I didn't have any Rage at the time, so I don't think it's good. Now I want something to put behind my other tank, I guess. I guess that's a sweep unit. I think I'm taking Ember for gifts from a guard, Vent, and Spike of the Hellhorned reasons. And then we'll take card draw after the next boss. We need unit upgrades. Can I switch to Wrathful and keep my Prince alive via recurring imps? The answer might be yes, and then I build up, like, a prince. Yeah. Yeah. I can get a quick sweep unit. I can get rage that doesn't decay. Okay, okay, alright. Alright, so Honebreaker Prince plus an imp is kind of a floor. Plus other imp as well, I think. Then I have one tank and Husk Hermit as a floor. And the other tank kind of as a floor. Hornbreaker Prince plus Imp plus Husk Hermit as a floor after I've killed a Fledgling Imp. Or maybe like Fledgling Imp now goes behind one of the other tanks. Am I supposed to take a unit here? It does not feel like any of these units are, like, necessary. I might be able to get a better unit later. This is probably the last easy unit. And, like, imps are maybe actively good with what I'm going for. I'm going to skip this and see what the run looks like without it. No, I imagine we're 100% taking card draw after the next boss. Alright, we have a quick sweeper, which has a bajillion damage. Try to roll for double HP. Nope. Single HP. I don't know if I'm going to another Merchant of Steel. I'm not for the next 2 floors, I don't think. That kind of makes me just want to put some rage here. I don't know, maybe I leave that slot open and I like rage here or rage here. Like, that Welder Helper ends up in the back a non-zero portion of the time. Like, if this doesn't decay, this Fledgling Imp becomes an acceptable creature to just put behind a Thorned Hollow or Awoken one. I think I'd do that. I now want increased spell power and maybe a holdover on something like Restoration Detonation. Alright, bottom floor is small floor. And I have a spikes unit. I have a lot of dazed units as well, and 34 damage to work with in terms of getting a turn 1 slay. You have 1 HP. There's no... This is a completely stunned floor. I could put you here and then Thorned Hollow there next turn. I can Awoken Hollow top floor, Tiresome Climb this unit up, and then these two kill themselves, and the Pyre takes 2 instead of 6. But then I don't have you in front, kind of like I wanted. I think I'm looking at you here. You here. The Pyre still takes the same amount of damage as of right now. Maybe I still do the plan of Tireless climb that up. Yeah, let's still do that. And then this is like Imp City floor. Like, do I want one more kill on this floor by putting this behind? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I can vent for x equals 1 on this top floor, and then that top floor is very good. Notably, on this champion, the spikes count as kills. That's very good. Oh, did I not leave myself with room for Thorned Hollow? That's an interesting choice, Phil. I can now torch this imp and play Thorn Hollow in front, then Restoration Detonation, and the champ gets a kill. That should do it. Let's go on with this imp. Replay it a bunch of times on top floors. Seems like yes. So like Welder Helper, blow that up, and do this. Two X Rage, 2X Armor. I mean, this is the turn to play this right here. But I probably do that first. And then scale that up. And don't play the imp this turn. Alright, good stuff. I'm gonna think about this one for a second, refill my water. Both of those are insanely good right now. Yes, Bogglesworth, in that fight, the champ was getting fewer kills because of the bottom floor sweeper, but that bottom floor sweeper was also making it so that we didn't take a bunch of damage on floor 2. So, like, it was definitely a trade-off. Last Stand with Collection of Tales is, like, very obviously insane. Holdover Inferno is something that can help get us through a lot of fights as well. Our deck is kind of, like, janky right now. I don't actually have that much rage. And I, like, sometimes have 2 floors and sometimes have 3 floors worth of stuff. A hidden passage to build a super floor would be kind of cool. I am taking one of Last Stand or Inferno. I'm going to a Merchant of Magic this floor, unquestionably. I think I'm supposed to take Last Stand, because if I get something like Holdover, it needs to go on something like Restoration Detonation right now. If I draw reduced cost things, they're going on Restoration Detonation Tireless Climb. Maybe makes Focus Growth not insane. I think I'm going to skip this one. Focus Growth is close. Gnarled Root and Guildmaker are both very powerful here. It's a common, so you're more likely to see it early. Is that good? Alright. Holdover free Restoration Detonation is 10 health, a turn, and potentially 50 damage. That's good. Let's make the other Restoration Detonation free. And give it increased power. God, next floor is so good. Yeah, next floor is so good. I'm gonna go ahead and remove another card here. I still have that last Train Steward to get rid of. Eh? Are both of these going floor 1? Take 24 on my tank. And then get a Slay on this with Hornbreaker Prince. That seems fine. It makes getting the Collector a little bit tricky. Actually, it's less than 24, isn't it? It's 20. It's an incredibly awkward turn. That could become very good if I roll Gifts for a Guard and don't play the Husk Hermit. This Collector is dazed? Oh! Well. Well. Collector is dazed. Huh. Huh. Alright. We'll go for the Collector. Alright, I now have the holdover restoration detonation. Which is sweet. I can vent the bottom floor for 1. But that doesn't matter. Better to vent and save some life here. Or you're quick, aren't you? You are quick, so this isn't attacking anyway. That's just the damage from this. You're probably getting to the Pyre with a metric crap ton of damage. This is technically a little bit more damage to you. Oh, well. So I can tiresome climb one of these ones that's not dazed up. Save a life by getting this a hit. Yes. $16x rage. Really? Still? Wow. You're hitting for 25, and then... Okay, it's not enough here. We're probably looking at give Thorned Hollow some armor. Very surprised Champ didn't just, like, carry that. That'll get the kill pretty easily, though. The regen stacks and spikes are important, but that means the restoration detonation doesn't do a lot next turn. Last stand! I think Inflame, for a change, is quite good because this doesn't decay. Am I going to a Merchant of Magic on 6? No. I'm going to a Merchant of Magic on 7. I think that's worth picking up. I believe torches are our worst cards currently. Even though the torches do let us kill our own imps. I'm taking card draw after the next boss. I'm currently thinking that it's between taking the second last stand, because like the first double is good, the second double is stupid, versus just like taking a second holdover restoration detonation, so I can like kind of hold 2 floors doing it. I think I'm going to take the second last stand. Okay. How are we setting this fight up? Everything's dazed here. Well, last stand has consume, so unless you also remove consume, you can't do that effectively. And then it costs 4, and, you know, it gets a little weird. First turn's quite difficult. So I have 3 torches in my deck to kill my own imp. If I don't play the imp in front. I want to take advantage of the days by having the Hornrigger Prince on the bottom floor, but it's possible that just like Welder Helper goes on a different floor. I think it's Welder Helper in front on bottom, Thorned Hollow on 2 for right now. And then it's just a question of like, do I sharpen this prince for later? Or do I play this ultimate penance? I think I'm gonna sharpen. Sharpen is better in like the worst case scenario that I can come across. Tireless Climb. A. Thorned Hollow and Awoken one on the same floor? Thorned Hollow and Awoken one on the same floor is interesting. Then Husk Hermit and Fledgling Amp. I don't know, like I really want the Thorned Hollow in front. No, I can Tiresome Climb and get them on the same floor. That's probably not good. You are not adding a Weight of Contrition to my deck this turn. I don't need to kill you. I can kill you, and you save me some health. Then I think I just leave the Tiresome Climb in my deck. Like, I think I'm good with having access to that card for free later. Sweep quick bottom floor? Seems likely. In front of or behind a champ? In front of champ? Let this kill small stuff and then hopefully champ gets a kill on the bigger things. Fight's playing out in a very strange way. I only have 7 rage as of right now down there. Not the best. Well, draw order question mark. I think I'm taking this hit. Also, how is this imp, like, not dying? Good God. This is the first time that I've played this. I'm just impressed at this point. It's still alive. Like, are we gonna get to Fell before I, like, kill that imp? Stop this. What the hell, Welder Helper? Doubling the rage on here. Is that better than this? What regen up top? So if I last stand, each hit is for quite a bit more. Yeah? No, the Welder Helper in front is probably better, right? Like, that's another, like, cycle and a half of 57 damage. Welder Helper in the middle is the most. Oh, right, because I still get the spikes damage from the initial hits. Yeah, that's correct. I think I'm dead. So I start here. Welder Helper back. Plus additional spikes. Nope. Yeah. Did not expect to lose that fight. So we whiffed on the champion that we wanted at the beginning. I think if we start with the other champion and like make all the same decisions, this is really easy. I don't know, but like we weren't Wrathful champion necessarily. Like we were mixed, and that was like part of the problem. Is like we didn't scale damage well and we didn't scale armor well. So it's like hard to be a frontline unit. Like made more awkward by the fact that we had the endless imp. Like if that endless imp dies like one time in that fight and I get another set of armor and I get to like move it to the back instead, it's like so good. Like as far as draw order goes, drawing Spike of the Hellhorned and Fledgling Imp so late in the fight was kind of rough, so that we missed our like opportunities to last stand. So like I had to last stand for like the 10 rage that was on one of my units instead of on like the bottom floor. Right, so we played the Endless Imp on the bottom turn 1 of that fight, which I think 100% is correct. So if like as long as that imp dies and I get to move it to the back at any point in the fight, that fight goes like very, very smoothly. But then due to the combination of quick sweep plus concussive coals, like triggering in certain ways, we never like the imp never died. So like maybe we didn't play that one perfectly, but I like how I played it, and I would play it again in the same way. No, like, I definitely want that imp blocking damage initially. So, we had only Wrathful 1, so we're only gaining 10 armor, and we had, I think, 5... Do we get any... And you can't see mixed. Okay, there's no... Yeah, so we had Wrathful 1, so we went up to 15 HP. And we didn't get a Slay on turn 1 because of the statues. If we don't get lucky with concussive coals early, like our prince can die. Yeah, I know how it works, but like I'm very convinced that we were supposed to play the imp in the front the first time. Set up safely. Alright, I think that's all I've got for you today. I hope you all enjoyed the Monster Train content. I'll be back again sometime soon. Cheers.